some things during the time I've been at work. So I see that somebody dug up the fact that K Slade stole bars from LL Cool J. So I see everybody talking about that. Now I actually got to see the clip from the battle as far as LL Cool J, and then the clip of K Slade and how he did it with the watch this, watch this. LL Cool J did have it in his battle. Don't quote me on who LL Cool J was battling, but yeah, that's where that comes from. But I knew something was gonna come up with the fact of stealing bars, because it seems to happen every time somebody has a good performance. Anytime a battler has a good performance or a 3-0, it's like people go and dig and find that something about that battler. That's just the truth of the matter. You know, a lot of people saying they don't know who LL Cool J is, and I kind of find that hard to believe, because LL Cool J is Dot Mob. He also reps the Midwest. He's been on URL. He's battled, I believe, Rum Nitty. He's battled Arsenal. Um, he's battled a rock of people, and he's battled a lot of these people out of his own pocket. So salute to LL Cool J for that. But here's my thing. The whole thing with the stealing bars is just like, oh my gosh, I'm over it. That's how I be feeling with the whole stealing bars thing. Because it just keeps being a reoccurring thing with the stealing bars. And then Averb having a lot to say about K Slade and his performance as far as homecoming. K Slade 30 stumbles and had in my opinion, a great performance for a new guy in New York in Irving Plaza. You know, you have veteran battlers that struggle in Irving Plaza, and it's like, why? K Slade gave an amazing performance. You know, but on the same token, I understand what Averb is saying, that, you know, K Slade being the opening act as far as Irving Plaza is not the same as being like the second, third battle toward the end and still be able to engage the crowd, fight through the boos and the stuff like that. So I get what Averb's saying and that aspect. But at the same time, Averb, you can't knock what K Slade's been doing. He hasn't arguably lost the battle. Hasn't arguably lost the battle. Because I think even according to the app, they have it that he's won all his battles. What is he, 8-0, 9-0, something like that? But then again, people say the URL app doesn't matter. Now, whereas K Slade's 8-0, 9-0, Averb's 1-9 on the URL app. Let's point that out. Averb is 1-9 on the URL app. So it's like you're downplaying a new guy that arguably hasn't lost a battle, but he conquered Irving Plaza. K Slade did amazing. Even if you want to say, oh, he was the opening act. K Slade did amazing. Stumbles did good too. Aside from like the choke, he wants to call it fake choke, the stumbling and then losing the crowd in the second round. Stumbles did good too. It's just the fact of, I get what Verb is saying in the aspect of K Slade really hasn't battled anybody like really competition. K Slade's battle what Ryder, UN5, what Bad News, um, Big T, and and here's another thing with that. Even with Big T, and with the Big T battle, Big T is Big T. We're definitely gonna call it what it is. Big T is Big T, but we're not gonna act like Big T is amazing every time we see him. He could be hit or miss with these performances. That's most certainly what it can be. He can be hit or miss with the performances, and still having Big T on your resume matters because Big T is a Midwest legend. So you know that's why a lot of battlers want to battle Big T, and people say it's an easy one. All depends on where Big T shows up. That's what I'm saying. Big T's is supposed to battle Easy the Block Captain in Philly, December the 9th on the Battle Academy. I want to see is the Mr. Shlaka Bull, the two two bunny ears behind the head. Is that the Big T that's going to show up for Easy the Block Captain? Because if Big T goes in Philly playing, Easy the Block Captain is going to beat him crazy in Philly. That's what I'm saying. I want a stellar Big T when he battles Easy to Block Captain December the 9th. You know, that's what I want. Nobody has beaten Easy. Easy is arguably undefeated. Arguably undefeated. So, Big T, you, and Easy have been going back and forth. I expect that to be a great battle. I expect it to be a great battle. Especially because you're going to be in Philly. Easy to Block Captain is taking Big T and Philly because he one wants to battle at home, and two he wants a YouTube drop, which he hasn't had since being on URL. So these are the reasons why that battle's happening, and I salute Easy for that one. You know, not everybody's paying that $7.99 to have the URL app to be able to see some of these battles, unless you're getting a bootleg and you can get one. So that that's a battle that's gonna be worth it. Also on that Battle Academy card, you have Rosenberg Raw battling Bill Collector. Salute the Bill Collector. You know, Bill Collector's been on a run. He won the KOTD tournament for the 100K. Then eventually he signs the 2-year exclusivity deal with URL. The first announcement for his Traffic 5 ends up being Bill Collector versus Nitty. Now Bill Collector's supposed to battle Rosenberg Raw. So it's like Bill Collector won the tournament, got the money. Then like all the certain battles are just coming about. Bill Collector definitely has improved. Like it used to just be jokes and ha ha and the moments of uh super duper scope with Bill Collector. It's way more than that to the performance. You know, I can't remember the last battle that I've heard Bill Collector use the super duper scope, and I can't remember it. You know, all throughout the King of the Dot tournament, he was he was in there rapping. He was in there rapping in that tournament. You know, Bill Collector versus I think he battled Passwords. It was him and Pass. Great back and forth battle. You know, now Bill Collector was on champion with Jay Black, and he said compare his rounds for the KOTD tournament to JC's rounds from UM5. He says his rounds for KOTDs tournament. We're better than JC's round. Now, I can't quote everybody that Bill Collector battled for KOTD. I know Passwords, I think, was the last one. JC battled what? What was it? Swamp? Uh, Swamp Sheet Happens. And I can't think of everybody else who JC battled. But, you know, I don't know. I would have to really go back and watch who both of them had to battle and then listen to the bars to say who had the better bars for the tournament, you know. But see it this way. Um, After winning the tournament for JC, he got Surf. Now, he didn't win with Surf. He lost the battle to Surf. But I think JC still had bars in that battle against Surf. I don't think JC delivered the bars the way he should have delivered them. It was like JC's energy when battling Surf was just, it wasn't the same. The delivery and his pacing was definitely off with battling Surf, you know. But nonetheless, that is a battle I will still go and watch if I'm going to watch a JC battle. JC versus Chilla Jones is also a battle. If I'm watching JC battles, you know, if I gotta watch JC battles, JC Surf, JC Chilla Jones, JC versus K Shine, um, JC Tay Rock, like these are like battles that I would watch as far as JC. I'm not the biggest JC fan, but I'll be the first to say that JC still has one of the best pins in battle rap. I will still say that. I don't care that he lost to Surf. Do I think he will he battle Lux before it's all over with? I think that's still a battle that could potentially happen. That's still a battle that could potentially happen. That I think that would be like an end game battle for JC, because JC's battle like everybody. You know, you hate to say it like that, like JC's battled everybody, but that's like the truth of the matter. He's battled like everybody. Um, and I think now JC is saying that he has to take battles that matter. Take the battles that matter and not just go taking battles for a check. Even though a lot of y'all do it in between taking the battles that matter. Hey, but some of y'all overdo it with the battling and oversaturate yourself, and the performances where they need to matter, they don't end up being that. The performance ain't that. Y'all will go do good on another league that's not URL for a one rounder, but then come to URL and the bars and performances not up to par. That will definitely happen. Um, Barnamook's talking about he wants to battle 3 or 4 times in 2023. Um, I can think of two battles that I know automatically. Easy the Block Captain would be one because y'all were previously discussing battling, and for whatever reason, Easy the Block Captain versus Murder Mook didn't happen. That is a battle I still want to see. Saying that Mook wants to battle 3 to 4 times next year. That would be the first battle I want to see. The second one would be Arsenal the Rebel. Ars threw shots at Mook during his battle with Swamp. Art says it's all battle rap, no personal issues with Mook. Cool if that's the case. For me, if Mook's willing to battle 3 to 4 times, I would like to see him do a double impact. Double impact, I want to see him and Rex together for a double impact. Can't say who I want to see, who I want to see them battle, but I want to see Rex and Mook for a double impact. That would be 3 battles, and then the fourth would be maybe a new guy that's doing his numbers. or something like that. You know, it have to be like battles that make sense for Murder Mook. We know Murder Mook is not just gonna battle just anybody. So after like those first two and then potentially a double impact, I don't know what that fourth battle could be, but it's definitely just not gonna be just anybody. Um, Jazz. Jazz says that she wants to battle again before the year is out. December, I believe, has Volume 10. And I think I saw on Twitter that Jazz said she just locked in a battle. So, if Jazz is battling in December, I'm thinking it could only be a couple of people that she could be battling. First Lady Flames, Coffee. First Lady Flames or Coffee. I doubt it's Misfit. You know, the politics or whatever with that one. And that's not really a battle that I think the fans really want to see anymore. After the whole ordeal of them going back and forth, who canceled battle, it was money, it was this, it was that. I don't think Jazz versus Misfit is really a battle that the fans are like, oh my gosh, we need to see it. Um, but like Jazz has had a pretty decent year. Jazz has had a pretty decent year. She's been outside. Um, beating Vixen. She had a 2-on-2 with Lou Castro, beating Cake Life, which is Jade and Steams. The 2-on-2 with Official versus Funeral, Farrah and Shuni. Um, so if Jazz battles in December, it has another good plate. I think we she's definitely on the Wody list. Like if I gotta think about Wody as of now, I got Jazz, I got Shuni, um, First Lady Flames. Who else is on that list? Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head right now. Um, but Woody's definitely gonna get interesting. If I gotta think about champion of the year, it's definitely between Swamp and Shotgun Suge. Um, Shotgun Suge had 330s back to back to back. Stumbles, drugs, chess. Swamp is battled far as UN5, Tay Rock, and then now Arsenal. He has a debatable win against Tay Rock, and he just beat Arsenal. And he did well in UN5. He didn't win, but he did very well. So, those are your two. That's like your your 1 and 2 right there for champion of the year. So, that's going to be interesting. You know, salute to whoever's going to be on the panels for Wody and champion of the year. Because y'all got to endure the criticism that comes with being on those panels. You know, but I enjoy watching it, you know, to the ones that are brave enough to do it, especially Wody. Wody, it seems, is like always battlers always have an issue with who's on a panel or like what they say about them. And it's like they got to critique you and your battles, who you battled, and whether you won the battle. They got to do these things. This is how they're going to build the list to get to who's going to be number one. So that's another thing. Um, what else? What else have I seen for us battle? Jack Boy Maine versus K Shine didn't happen for Homecoming. It didn't happen for Homecoming. It didn't happen. So, um, Jack had, I believe it was a seizure prior to them about the battle. So URL just said that the battle wasn't going to happen. Now I did see that Kayshawn said he's not going to reschedule that battle. And I understand it. And I don't think it really has a lot to do with Jack Boy. It has to do with more so the business part of URL as far as him and the getting there, as far as the playing and everything and the business, you know. Hopefully they can figure something out that that battle still happens, that, you know, that is a battle that Jack White really wanted. But if your health is not up to par, it's understandable. We know what you're dealing with, you know. So hopefully they can finagle and make that battle still happen. Um, my verse at First Lady Flames, like my verse keeps saying, you know, she like commenting about First Lady Flames. Here's the thing, my verse. I've only seen one battle from you that's recent, and it was a one rounder versus Chatter, which you won. Don't get me wrong, you did great in that battle. But I haven't seen a 3 round battle from you since what? Was it Bonnie or RX? Bonnie or RX or something like that? Like years ago. Haven't seen like a 3 rounder from you in like the past 5 years or more. And for you to be the battle on URL, you would definitely have to take a First Lady Flames. And a First Lady Flames would first have to say yes to the battle to even battle you for that battle even to go down. Because other than that, I don't see Smack booking that battle. Unless First Lady Flames says, come on, bring her to me so I can kill her. You know? Like, my verse, I like you as a battler, but I do think you be jumping out the window with some of what you say. Like, you saying that you're this great battler, and it's like politics or your own reasoning to why you haven't battled. It's like you doing a whole bunch of this, not enough of this, or not enough battling to back up what you're saying. So it's like I can sit and say I'm the best, whatever, all day, but if I'm not actually doing it to prove it, it don't matter. You know, even in that spaces when you was in the spaces with all the top tiers, you know, you sound crazy because you haven't battled none of the female battlers that matter. No Jazz, no E Heart, no Hustle, no 40, no Official. Like, you haven't battled a female battler that matters. Don't get me wrong, because I think you did better than Bonnie, and Bonnie does matter, you know, but she's not like, like a Jazz or Hustle or something like that. So that her, like battling her is not the same. That's how I'm gonna put it. Um, it's a lot of battles that I still want to see. That's a lot of battles I still want to see. Salute the Easy saying that he'll take K Slade not next season, next year. K Slade is making so much noise that of course Easy would be the one to say he'll take K Slade next year. That's the battle we want to see. That is, the talk is different versus plug talk. That's the battle we want to see. Like I want that in like a volume. I want it in a small room where I can actually hear the bars. You know, y'all can when it seems like with some battles when they're on the stage, you can't really like enjoy them like you want to enjoy them because the crowd makes it hard to hear everything. So if I can get that in a small room, a volume, a gnome maybe, I'm good for it. Um, the Battle of the Unbeatens, that's what that would be. But that definitely would be a good look. Good look for K Slade, you know. Um, Easy said that Book did good in his return battle, as far as battling Geechee. Like he did good. But here's my thing with this: everybody who keeps saying that Murder Mook did good in their battle is always like a butt to saying he did good. Murder Mook did exactly what I expected to a point. It kind of exceeded my expectations. I knew he was gonna go out there. He was gonna rap good, but he figured out how to fit everything in that 3 minute round, not overrap, not talk through rounds, cater to the crowd, and go at Geechee, you know, because that's what he needed to do to win the battle. Like, if this is the Mook that I'm gonna get when I see that he's battling, this is the Mook I want to see. You know, Mook seemed very calm, prepared, and not overhyped. He went in there with a plan and stuck to it. Um, if Mook could come back and do this, hey Rex, T Rex, when are you coming back to battle? You know, like wasn't Rex supposed to battle Chess? Weren't they talking about that? And then it hasn't happened. So maybe the next time we see Mook be the next time we see Rex battle, possibly. I would hope that would be nice. Um, I'm still waiting on the Miss Hustle versus KCJ announcement. You know, I thought they were supposed to be battling in November. Now, mind you, Traffic's November the 19th. That I know of, there's not another URL card going down in November other than Traffic 5. So, I'm thinking now maybe Casey J versus Miss Hustle is a is a December card battle now because the announcement ain't came. Unless it's another card that we just don't know about. You know how URL be sticking cards in. Like Travis the only other card I know of as I'm out for the rest of this month. Next month they got Survivor Series in Maryland. You have Volume 10 also, and then Civil War 3. So, is that battle going to be on Civil War 3? Is it going to be on. It's not going to be on Volume. Or it could be on Volume, and we just ain't got the announcement for that because we don't have the whole Volume card as of yet. So, that'll be dope. Their female battle for the Volume. Um, I don't know. But it's definitely a rack of battles I still looking forward to. I need K-Shine versus Twerk. Um, Elijah Straight versus Rum Nitty is a battle I still want to see since everybody comparing Elijah Straight to Rum. That's a battle I want to see. Um, Jerry West basically is mad that he not getting the respect he deserves. And he's basically calling out everybody, you know? He called out Kid Chaos. He called out Real Sick, Rumnetty. I think he called out. He just battled Rum. So I mean, Real Sick and Chaos and Elijah Straight. Like all potentially good battles. But here's my thing, and I've been saying this about battlers. You gotta use your social media, like Twitter and Instagram are your friends. Go live, interact with the fans, get in the Twitter space, start calling niggas out. Like, or just start tagging niggas in your post. Like, Jerry West is a very good battler, but he don't use social media enough for fans to remember him. That's just the truth of what that is. Fans don't remember him because he doesn't put himself on the spaces and stuff like that. So if you're not making yourself visible to the fans, they will forget about you very quickly. Um, I know he just battled Rumnetty, and that was, I believe, banned. But before that, I can't remember last time Jerry West battled. Was it Lou Castro? Was that the last time we battled? You know, like it's too much space in between when we see Jerry West battle. So it's like you have good performances when you're battling, but it's not enough for fans to be like, oh, where's Jerry West? Why is he not on this card? Why is he not on that card? That's just the truth of the matter of it. It's not. It's not that. It's not that. So when it comes down to it, fans are just like, okay, oh well. But Jerry Jerry West versus Kid Chaos would definitely be a good battle. I know what Jerry West can do, you know. But if you calling out people and you go on there and lose, you'll never hear the end of it. You know, Kid Chaos has been doing his numbers. Like you battled First Name Flames for light work, you beat her. You know, you battled A Verb, that was controversial. Um, your battling sheet happens on Traffic 5, November 19th. Then December 10th, you're battling DNA for Volume 10. So something that Kid Chaos is doing is working, that certain battlers now are on Kid Chaos is now on certain battlers' radar. I don't think if Kid Chaos wasn't cooking as far as light work that DNA would be looking at him. That even with Averb, I don't think Averb would have been looking at him other than the fact of I think Chaos gets in the spaces sometimes. I'm not sure. But if you're not cooking and doing what you're supposed to be doing, these vets are not looking your way as far as battles. That's just the truth of what it is. You know? Like Kid Chaos gotta be must feel that he can accomplish this. The battle sheet happens November the 19th. Then you battle DNA December the 10th. That's probably what, 3 weeks in between? Two to 3 weeks in between? Like, you must really write like that to be able to make that happen. Like, sheet happens ain't no walk in the park. So, for you to commit to both of these battles, you must believe in your ability to make these battles happen. You know, do I think Kid Chaos and She Happens is going to be a good back and forth battle? Yes, I believe it. Definitely going to be a good back and forth battle. I really don't have a winner with that as of yet. DNA and Kid Chaos. Um, I don't really have a winner with that one either. You know, for because the real thing of it is, as far as Kid Chaos and DNA, even if Kid Chaos doesn't beat DNA, he has to have a good enough performance that people are like, oh, you didn't win the battle, but you showed this or you proved with this. And that's going to get people to still want to battle you. Like, just in the short matter of time, you got Averb, Sheed, and DNA. Averb's a legend, DNA's a legend is alright. She Happens is a newer guy that's making a name for herself. So you're getting good battles, and First Lady Flames is cooking. So Kid Chaos is doing something. Like I like what I've seen from Kid Chaos more with the light work than before. Because before I was saying like he was kind of like boring and like drawn out with the rapping. He can rap, but it wasn't exciting. Wasn't I wasn't intrigued to want to go watch him. Whereas like when he battled First Lady Flames, he rap with a better pace. He rap quicker, and he's he was getting to it like he was hitting no like out the gate with it. Like before, it just seemed like he would rap, had something good, and then rap. Like, I think he's figured out what works for him and what doesn't work for him. So that's good. Um, Chaos is dope. You know, he's dope. You know him. He's dope. Fonz. Now I don't know how true this is, but Fonz says he's the best puncher. I'm not gonna agree with you on that, Fonz. You got Av and you have Romnetti, you have Casita, you have B Magic. Now think. I just named B Magic, Conceited, Av, Romnetti. You would be like number 5 on that list with them. To think that you're a better puncher than some of them, like, granted, you're supposed to feel that way, but it's like, let's have some truth and some logic to what you're saying. Let's not just say things because we want a reaction. Fonz, you are a good puncher, but you don't punch better than Rum. You don't punch better than Av. You don't punch better than Conceited. And Conceited's not even active now. But Remnity said he would like to battle Conceited in 2023. We'll see how that goes. Now, B Magic, before, you weren't touching B Magic before. Like, you versus B Magic now, B Magic now is still punching, but B Magic now is not punching at the rate that B Magic was punching and delivering performances when he first came in. Like, his level of performances is nowhere near the same as before. So, Fonz, you might have a little argument as far as B Magic now, but B Magic before, you were not punching the way that B Magic was punching when he originally came in. You weren't doing that. We're not even going to start that. You're like number 5 pars punchers. Like, even Elijah Straight. Elijah Straight is a dope puncher. He is a dope puncher, you know? And I think for him, he kind of writes layered in a sense too. He's got to watch how he delivers and pacing, you know, that he don't stumble and got to run things back. I think that's for a lot of battlers. The pacing of you trying to get everything out, that is like you're stumbling, that you got to run it back so they hear exactly what you're trying to say. Um, that's the truth of the matter. That's true. That's the truth of the matter. You know, anybody can say that they're the top whatever. Elijah Straight's going to continue to get compared to Romnetti until they battle. Will that battle probably ever happen? It's possible. A lot of battles are happening as far as URL that battlers probably would not predict it, but URL's making happen. Um, you know, power rankings far as October. MBS Central put them out, and I think I'm not sure who was like. I know Swamp was on the list, Shotgun Sugar was on the list, Danny Myers, and I don't know. So Shotgun Sugar, Swamp, Danny Myers. I don't know who 4 and 5 were, but I agree with like those names being on it. Danny Myers is still in the running for champion of the year, but he's probably like 3 on that list, probably. Probably number 3 compared to Suge and Swamp. Um, that's just what it is. Um, and then the whole thing as far as A Ward, um, you know, people want to say A Ward ain't battling no competition. I disagree with that. A Ward battled Rosenberg Raw. He's about to battle Big Cannon for Closure 2, November the 19th. He's battled Arsenal. He's battled Charlie Clips. Um, he's battled T-Dub-O. Who else has A Ward battled? O-Red. So, like, A Ward has battled a lot of URL guys off of URL. And he's about to battle B Magic in St. Louis. So everybody wants to keep saying, oh, A Ward would be better off if he comes to URL. Maybe A Ward doesn't want to sign the exclusivity deal. That's why A Ward will probably possibly never be on URL. Because A Ward wants to be able to go to this league and that league and this league and that league. And I'm not mad at that. Because A Ward goes to some of these leagues I've never heard of until I see that A Ward's battled there. And then that makes me go and look to see whose league it is, what state it's in, who's their top battler over there. You know, that's just what it is. Um, yeah, that's just what it is. So, the A-War conversation kind of makes me mad with people. It does. It makes me mad. It really does. So, like, let's call it what it is. People want to be mad. People want to be mad as far as A Ward and have an opinion as far as A Ward. And it's like, A Ward is off of URL. Oh, he just battled Geechee and Compton. So you can say whatever you want about A Ward. A Ward's bringing URL to him. That's pretty much how that's been going. A Ward's bringing URL to him. And if that's the case, he can continue doing it the way that he's doing it. He doesn't need URL. Now, if A Ward was to go to URL, I don't know how he would fare battling on URL. You know, Saga does fine battling as far as URL. Aloso's doing fine as far as battling. But in my opinion, if we're gonna be truly honest, I have A Ward being the best horseman. The best horseman. You know? Now, A Ward's doing all of this off of URL. Do I think A Ward can come to URL and have some of the same success? Yes. That's highly possible. But he doesn't need URL. He's proven that. He's proven that. It's just more competition over here as far as URL for A Ward. You know. But, you know, A Ward can come in URL and be even more of a star. We could put it like that because A Ward is a star off of URL in its own right. He's always within the top, 10, top 15 for his champion of the year every year. But here's the thing with that. Because he's not a URL guy, will he win champion? He probably would never win champion, unfortunately. And I don't know. Hey, I don't do the champion thing, so I can't say for how that really goes. But nobody who's nobody has one champion that's not a URL person. But A-Ward has a solid resume. A solid resume. If he goes to URL, he can add a T-top to his resume. Cool. He could add a he can add a Tay-Rock to his resume potentially. You know, these are just potential battles. I don't know who A-Ward really wants to battle other than like T-Top. I know him and T he wanted to battle T-Top. That battle that I know of has never happened yet. Um, so that's what I say. People want to say, well, A-Ward, why don't you come over to URL? A-Ward likes his freedom in dictating where he chooses to go battle. And I believe A-Ward did say he likes going to smaller leagues, battling and helping that, working with that league to help build something with that league. So I respect that with helping a league, get their name up. Helping being part of the legacy of that league and the growth of the league. So I get that. But I would like to see A-Ward battle on URL. Saints about to battle Chess on Traffic 5. That was a battle they were talking about with Midnight Madness. Because the same thing with Saint. They're saying the same thing with Saint. That, he won the tournament first KOTD, but you ain't battled no real, talent. The West, you battled people from the West, but you ain't battled no real talent. So he's coming. He's now on a 2-year exclusivity deal with URL, and he's about to battle Chess. This is the battle that everybody says that they want to see. Now, Chess just battled Safair Soul for URL final exams as far as the guys for us the Crucible. And they said he dumbed out with that performance. That was the Chess that everybody wants to see. So if he carries that into his performance against Saint, that's going to be a dope battle. I really want to see what Saint's going to do with Chess. What you really got to say to Chess. That will be effective. That'll be the thing. Being effective. Because sometimes some people be getting up there and saying what everybody else has heard, everybody else has said to Chess, and it's just it's not creative. It's the same boring lines repeated over and over again. Chess and chest bars is something he's got to deal with repeatedly. Right? Nobody's been creative with it. I don't know if anybody's battled chess and not used chess and chess bars. You know, that's just the truth of the matter with that one. Like, but that'll be the first test for Saint to see if he can hang with the URL guys. Like, if you can either have it debatable with chess or potentially get a win with chess, you might be onto something. But I mean, the way that chess was cooking with Sylpher, so from the clips that I see, if he brings that for you, it's gonna be a good matchup. Um, I haven't seen Saint battle since he battled. Far as the I think last battle I saw of Saint was him versus Fate, and I had Fate beating him. And then before that, the last battle I saw, I think was it him and Hansel? Was it him and Hansel? Was it Saint versus Hansel or something like that? I saw, you know. But I'm interested to see what Saint's gonna bring to URL, because it's interesting. This is now, I don't know if anybody else noticed this for the Traffic 5 card. Saints making his debut for URL. RX is making her like URL debut versus Yoshi. Like, you got two West people making their debuts. Cause I could have sworn RX was Queen of the Ring, but she's on this URL card. But hey, however that works. The last RX battle I think I seen was what, her versus Shuni, I think it was, and I had Shuni beating her. I think that's the last time I seen RX battle, and that was a good minute ago. Like, that's another thing. Like, RX is dope. Don't get me wrong, but she don't battle. Like, she don't battle, and I don't understand that. Like, it's too much like time and gaps between when she battles. You know, I'm happy to see her battling on this traffic card, and then she's battling Yoshi. This should be an interesting clash. It should be a very interesting clash. The like, what is their conversation going to be? Like, what are they really going to talk about? And then Yoshi's taking this battle in a mix of her being in Remy Ma's Chrome 23 tournament. You know, so that's interesting too. I hope Yoshi can pull it off. You know, like, Yoshi got a pen. She got a pen. You know, Yoshi's been met with some more criticism and controversy recently with supposedly borrowing a bar from a battler that nobody's heard of. You know, and the whole thing with that. So, that's the thing. Battlers have good performances, and then it's overshadowed by drama and controversy of you stealing bars or recycling bars, revamping bars, however y'all want to call it. Um, it's just never, oh, so and so had a good performance. It's never just that. Um, but the Traffic 5 card is dope. It's dope. It is. You got Traffic 5 card, Chess versus Saint, RX versus Yoshi G, Nunna versus Jada Nightwing, Bill Collector versus Rum Nitty, and Sheed Habits versus Kid Chaos. Those are some dope matchups. Dope matchups. Rum Nitty gets a home game because this event's at Phoenix, Arizona. That's going down November the 19th. Also going down November the 19th is Closure 2, as far as RBE, ARP. And you got Over It versus Active. You just dropped, I think I just saw Real Deal versus Oops. Real Deal versus Oops. 40 Bars versus Ill Will. Show Off versus Jag. And A-Ward versus Big Cannon. So, that's the Closure 2 card. That's going to be fire. I'm definitely going to watch that live. Then, the day before, Westworld has a card going down in Phoenix, Arizona. The day before. G Will's on that card. Payne, I believe, is on that card. I think Twerk versus Emerson Kennedy's on that card. So that's gonna be a dope card the day before. Good battle rap. Good battle rap weekend for that one. You know, I definitely am gonna be tuning in to Twitter for the traffic updates for those who will be there to watch it live, because it's gonna be an app on the event. Traffic 5 is an app on the event. I'm definitely tuning into RB's Closure 2, November 19th, because they're going to have a live stream for that. So I'm definitely watching that. I'll probably do predictions probably next week for that. Yeah, I'm gonna do predictions for that next week and get into the battles with that and like the breakdown of how I'm viewing that card and everything. Um, RBE had the blood, sweat, and tears 7 the other weekend. That was dope. I watched Bonnie versus Caution. Like, salute the both of them. Because you guys were able to have 3 rounds for Remy Ma's Chrome 23 tournament. And then also y'all Caution versus Bonnie happened. So you was able to do 6 rounds perfectly and memorized and battled. Salute to y'all. Y'all had a fire back and forth battle. Like, Caution, you dope. You dope, Caution. You know, I wasn't familiar with you before. You know, I seen your name as far as like, I think a week of hard battle, and then now on RBE, I'm like, you know, didn't know who you were. Now seeing you battle Bonnie, I'm like, you're dope. You're dope, Caution. Definitely want to see how that work out with y'all as far as the Chrome 23 tournament. See how far y'all make it. Um, what other events we got coming up? I know Drake Dennis with Gates of the Garden got an event coming up. But I think his event is the weekend of Thanksgiving. I think it's that weekend. I think. Don't quote me, but I believe it is. Like, you got a bunch of events coming up. Bunch of events coming up. Um, OSBL got their um their events coming up, which I think it's either this weekend. I think it's this weekend. Um, follow our society on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube to find out about their events. If you're in the DMV, but also November 19th, Showtime Battle Arena, Doomsday, the rematch, New Jersey Twerk versus Lou Castro. That is the main event for that SBA card going down November 19th also. And that has a live stream too. But I think it happening around the same time the RBE Closure 2 card is happening. So I don't know. And if I could catch the live stream for that and watch it later in the day, I will. But like November the 18th and 19th, you got a lot of good battle rap going down. And then December looks like it's shaping up to have a lot of good battles also. Um, I'm trying to watch any and everything that has a live stream if I can help it. If I can help it. If you know any events that's going down that have live streams, send them my way. Whether it's via on here or Instagram, Twitter, it's Citric Soul, the way that it's spelled. Send it, DM it to me on Twitter. I'm trying to support everybody. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do. Um, Jade versus Jada Ray dropped yesterday as far as OSBL. Um, that was a good battle. Unfortunately, as far as Jada Ray, she had some hiccups during that battle, but Jade won another good back and forth battle though. So, have to see how that goes. Um, just been trying to tune into all the different leagues and the battlers that send me battles to watch of theirs and stuff like that. So we shall see how that goes.